The Foiled album, 2006, when I first heard of your music. Hate Me on that record as well.
It was a dark time, yeah.
That's my next question. You were in a darker place there. You're going through your...
It was a little dramatic.
You had your addictions.
Dark, you
had your addictions and the personal issues with the custody issue with your oldest daughter. But
yes.
Were you surprised at that point how well the lyrics and the music were connecting with people?
Yeah, I was. I'd always grown up on bands like the Cocteau Twins and the Smiths and like these bands that were never really massive, but they were just kind of indie and they spoke from their heart. And like I loved Peter Gabriel and dark stuff, And so when that blew up, I was like, what? Like, oh my Lord, it's so sad. Like, I better wear lots of dark makeup and wear black suits so I can really hone in on this guy.
And that was the guyliner phase, right?
Yeah, I looked like an out of shape raccoon back then.
That's right. Was that an album title potentially?
No, I mean, it might be. It might be.
Out of shape raccoon.
Out of shape raccoon. It's a good children's book.
There you go. That's an idea. That one's free.
I got to give you publishing now. The out of shape raccoon.
And the voicemail on the beginning of Hate Me, that was the real voicemail from your mom.
Yeah, that was a voice from my mom, I was in L.A. writing that album, and I hadn't left this house for like 2 months, and she knew. I mean, like I said, my dad was a DEA agent, so she knew like I was, off doing whatever, and she was really worried about me, and so she left me this message, and when I wrote Hate Me, I decided to put it at the beginning of and it was cool. It was cool. I remember that moment because I put it at the beginning and then played this sad piano and then mixed it all together. And I was like, now I want to make that comforting voice of my mom sound really sad. Hey, Justin. So it's almost like, oh, what happened to his mom? Why is she so creepy? But that was so like blown away that people liked it. That's what was so weird. Because back then it was like, I think it was like Nickelback and Papa Roach were
the
huge.
Shinedown and the Breaking Benjamins were big in that.
We weren't that at all. We were just this group of sad dudes, and then we put that song out, and it was just like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then we started playing shows with like those bands, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really hard because they're like raw. And we were like, hate me today, But it was cool.
But melodic and authentic.
Melodic, authentic, and sad.
All at the same time.
Very sad.
And that took you from being a regional band to national stages like you just described.
Yeah, to being able to come to places like this. I remember the first time I walked into this place, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
As a lifelong Cubs fan.
Yeah. No, right. Lifelong. Yeah, totally lifelong. Yeah.
Well, with WGN, the Cubs games were on in the 80s,
I know.
That's legit.
Yeah, it was great.
But among your new fans was Stephanie Meyer, the author of the Twilight series.
That was another, wow moment.
Tell us about that, oh, wow.
I get a call from, can I be honest?
Please.
Can I be really honest?
Please.
I didn't know who she was. but my wife at the time, first wife, sorry, she knew who she was. And she was like, this girl likes you? And I was like, yeah, she likes my music. And my manager called and said she wants to have dinner with you. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. This is no big deal. And then I started studying up and I realized how big this Twilight thing was. And then I was like, so wait, I did this book tour with her. We even did one in Chicago, right? But the hard thing was all 4 books were out. So I had to now get the cliff notes for all 4 of these books because I'm not going to read all these books. In 2 weeks, and I'm going to be on stage with her, and she's going to look at me, and she said, ask me about parts of the book, and I'm going to look like a dumbass, So I'm sitting there calling all my friends who've read the books, getting all the cliff notes because the movies weren't out yet, because I would have just gone and watched the movies. But anyway, it was super cool. It was really great. She's such a sweet lady, so talented. But she said that songs off that album she listened to them while she wrote some of the books. There you go.
Right.
Which was wow, that's pretty amazing.
About the werewolves and the coyotes, right?
Yeah, the coyotes, the werewolves, the Draculas, or what are they called? The vampires.
Vampires, yeah.
Oh, scary stuff,
Now, did you
hate me today? I don't get it. into the ocean. They don't swim.
Well, the way you put it that way, you know,
really
I'm
get
going to
it.
watch that movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, did you create songs for her that were used or were not
I
used?
tried. We'll leave it there.
Okay.
You know, no, check it out. Like, I went into the studio and wrote these dope, weird songs. You know, I was in a dark place. So they might have been a little dark for her. But I sent them to her. And it's business. There's higher powers that come in between artists and artists. Artists can love the hell out of each other. But unless you get the musical director on board, you know. And back then, we had just gotten too popular. You know what I'm saying? There's a line in this business that if you become too popular, you are no longer cool.
Right.
You're no longer cool. And there's no turning back. You know, and that's about where it was.
Okay.
You know, I just call it, hey, we had a good song, we're successful.
Right.
You know? But there's a cool factor, you know, if you cross it. You know, but Stephanie rooted for us. It was great. It was great. It was a good time.
So you didn't see any of that Twilight action?
No, man, I didn't. But thanks for bringing it up again. He goes, did you see that? He goes, Twilight action. You want some of this action?
They made a couple bucks,
You know,
those
they did
vampires.
a little bit,
yeah.
right? They could have thrown Justin some.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm not bitter at all. I'll pray for him. How about that?